Competition and cooperation. This information corresponds with Chapter 6 in your textbook. The competition process starts with 4 stages. In Stage 1, an objective competitive situation is a situation in which performance is compared with some standard of excellence in the presence of at least one other person who is aware of the comparison. In Stage 2, the subjective competitive situation is how the person perceives, accepts, and appraises the objective competitive situation, which is influenced by personality factors such as competitiveness. Competitiveness is the personality characteristic that best predicts how people appraise the objective competitive situation. In Stage 3, the response is whether a person approaches or avoids an objective competitive situation. This may be at the behavioral, psychological, and physiological levels. In Stage 4, we have consequences. A consequence is whether a person approaches or avoids an objective competitive situation at the behavioral, psychological, or physiological level. This is a graphic representation of the competitive process, including the 4 stages. The reaction to these stages is extremely dependent upon personality dispositions, physical abilities, the individual's motive to participate, and their attitude during participation. Competition, cooperation, and aggression all correlate together. Some examples of these aspects include triplet cyclists. The cyclists were faster in competition than alone racing against a clock. We also have Deutsch's puzzles. Competition group students were self-centered, directed their efforts at beating others, and had close communication. They also exhibited group conflict and distrust. The cooperation group students communicated openly, shared their information, developed friendships, and solved more puzzles. There's also what's known as the prisoner's dilemma, in which competitors draw cooperators into competition. In 1969, Sheriff and Sheriff did summer camp studies. They found that competition can be reduced through cooperative efforts to achieve superordinate goals. Competition is not necessarily good or bad. It's considered neutral. It is neither productive nor destructive. It is a neutral process. The environment determines its effect to a great degree. Whether it leads to aggression or cooperation depends on the social environment and the way the performers view competition. Cooperation, as opposed to competition, produces superior performance, although results may depend on the nature of the task. Competition can serve as a positive source of motivation to improve and refine skills. Sport can lead to cooperative teamwork and behaviors. Competition and cooperation are not necessarily polar opposites. The dynamics of how competition and cooperation complement each other should be taught. Top performers employ a blend of competition and cooperation strategies. Some attributes that are related to competition and cooperation. There's typically a strong sense of mission. There's a strong work ethic. They use their resources. There is a strong preparation ethic, a love of challenge and change, and it also produces great teamwork. Cooperative games are typically employed as we start developing, things like youth soccer or t-ball. They're designed to maximize participation, maximize opportunities to learn sport and movement skills. We typically do not keep score. We maximize opportunities for success, give positive feedback, and provide opportunities for youngsters to play different positions. There have been many arguments over the years regarding sports competition and its transference to life skills and achievement. What we do know is sports participation is related to academic achievement, but only for school-sponsored sports. Sports participation is not related to social or occupational mobility. Sport participation has helped to reduce delinquency, but researchers have not consistently indicated that competitive sport participation reduces delinquency. Sport participation enhances self-esteem when individuals display high levels of perceived competence resulting from instructional feedback and practice.